She didn't reject your love. She rejected your posture. She rejected the version of you that begged. You thought giving her your heart would move her. But desperation doesn't attract. It repels. You waited. You hoped. You gave. But she never looked back. You wrote paragraphs. She left you on read. You poured out emotion. She poured wine for someone else. You called too much. You chased too long. And in doing so, you erased yourself. You became her assistant, her driver, her therapist, but never her desire. You made her dinner. He made her feel. She chose the one who didn't kneel. You did everything right, except be a man she could respect. You thought your words would matter, but you never made her feel your presence. You watched her fall in love with someone who didn't try half as hard, because effort without weight means nothing. You let her decide everything. She stopped seeing you as a man. She started seeing you as optional. You dressed for her, talked for her, became her idea of a man, and lost your own. You adapted. You adjusted. You sacrificed. And she lost interest. You bent until you broke. And even broken, you kept offering more. You gave her everything, except one thing she needed. Your center. You dropped your purpose, dropped your edge, dropped your life, and you wonder why she dropped you. You call it caring. She calls it clingy. You call it being there. She calls it too much. You came too often, spoke too much, stayed too long, until your presence turned into noise. You weren't respected. You were rehearsed. She used your devotion to tell stories, not build them. She said thank you. She meant goodbye. She said you're sweet. She meant weak. You thought your vulnerability would win her, but she wanted gravity, not fragility. You made her your world. She made you a backup plan. She didn't pick him because he was richer. She picked him because he wasn't begging. You thought persistence was romance, but you weren't a lover. You were a volunteer. She didn't walk away from you. She walked away from the version of you that had no spine. You didn't lose her today. You lost her the moment. You stopped leading. You gave her everything, but gave her no reason to respect you. So she respected someone else. She doesn't hate you. She just can't feel you anymore. Because men who kneel become invisible. You weren't too soft. You were too absent. You erased yourself in pursuit of her. You gave her comfort. She craved tension. You gave her peace. She craved polarity. She doesn't desire yes men. She desires men who have something to say. Love isn't enough if you have to beg for it. In fact, once you beg, it's no longer love. You were never rejected for being too much. You were rejected for being too hollow. Stand up, not to win her back, but to win yourself back. She didn't reject you. She rejected the man who lost himself chasing her.